Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about who has the biggest booba in Lost Ark and why, it's actually the Berserker, even though some of you may think Sorceress. Now, the Berserker actually has the largest mommy milkers out there in the game. His oingo boingo bouncy juggy wuggies are what I aspire to rest my head upon.
Thank you, Ovilee. I know you're ordering food here. Thank you so much for joining me. Just so you know, for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm joined here today by Ovilee May. Am I saying that right? Ovilee?
Yeah.
I saying Ovilee May?
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's my name. It's weird. I don't know what my mom was, thinking when she named me. She named me after a family friend. And I came out as Ovilee. That's it.
Wait, so Ovilee is your real name. Wait, is Ovilee May your real name or Ovilee?
That's my real name.
Your real full first name is Ovilee May. Like
No,
that's
my last name.
Oh, May is your last name.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay.
You were trying to figure out. You're like,
yeah.
I wonder.
I wasn't sure. Yeah. Does it mean anything?
It means confusion, and it means getting bullied as a child, and even throughout adulthood, when everyone calls me Ovaltine, ovaries, ovulate,
really?
like women. Yeah, a lot of women anatomy related things.
That was a thing. You know what? Now that I think about it, I think I was calling you Ovilee during the broadcast.
You may have done it once or twice, but if you did, like it doesn't matter.
It's all good. Okay.
People are threatening to kidnap me and send me to Korea to Kanon send help. Is Gina getting kidnapped?
So one of my viewers, one of my loyal viewers, his name is King Bao. Most of the people in the Lost Ark community know of this guy because he's a straight Giga Chad. Like he's like a Twitch whale, right? He's a Giga Chad. Right. I think he donated like $2,500, $2,600 or something like that to Gina's stream yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and was telling her that she needed to go to Korea to visit me and do content with me together, IRL streams and stuff like that. And she just started crying.
Gina started crying?
She started crying.
Gina, don't cry. Take the bag. Take the bag and the free trip to Korea. Go out there. Go to that spa land place in Busan because, oh my God, that place was heaven.
What?
And then send me pictures.
Wait, what spa place in Busan? Like, wait, hold on, time out. How many, you've been to Korea?
Yeah.
How many times?
Just once.
You've been there once.
I did. Yeah. It was for Worlds 2018. So it was Seoul, Busan,
Guangzhou. That's China.
Guangzhou?
Okay. Yeah.
No. Then what? No. There was
Guangzhou is China.
No. There was Korea Worlds 2018. It started with a G.
Kunsan? No. There's like nothing over in Kunsan.
No. Worlds. Let's see. Let's see if I can find the locations because I absolutely refuse to be confused. Where does it say? Here, you keep talking. Okay. Yeah, no, it's Gwangju, asshole.
Gwangju?
Yeah, Busan, Gwangju, Incheon, and Seoul.
Oh, Gwangju.
Gwangju. Oh, fuck you. How about that?
Oh my God.
Come on.
It's the accent.
Make me sound like, I don't know the difference between Korea and China.
I swear to God, I heard Gwangju. All right, to be fair,
some Korea elitist bullshit.
to be fair, I lived in China for 4 years. There's a place in China called Guangzhou, which is down south. I've been there quite a few times. Yeah, and
League of Legends Worlds is also held there, but I said Guangzhou.
Really?
I said Guangzhou, and you said Guangzhou, and I'm like,
I don't know. I don't know. Like, Gwangju is not a place that foreigners really talk about. It's normally like Busan, Daegu, Seoul. You're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm sorry, Ovilee. I apologize.
As you should be.
So when was that, by the way? When was that?
2018 Worlds.
I'm sorry?
2018
2018
Worlds.
So that's when you came here to Korea.
to Korea. It was in fall. I had just graduated college, and my first big job going to Korea to cover League of Legends Worlds for Riot Games as well as ESPN Esports.
Wow. Okay.
You don't need to go wow at ESPN Esports. That shit was a train wreck.
Why?
And it no longer exists.
Oh, really? Is it not? Does it not exist anymore? Really?
It does not exist anymore.
I never checked that section, but I remember that it was there.
You don't need to check it out.
What happened? What happened with the ESPN Esports?
A lot of things that probably can't talk about, but but I think just like the overarching thing is that unfortunately it was just run by people who didn't understand esports. They had a lot of great people there though. They had Tyler Erzberger, they had Emily Rand for the long time. They had Jacob Wolf reports. So they did have like a pretty good group of talent.
Right.
Just the execution was awful.
Oh, okay. I see. So you've worked for a lot of these different types of organizations. Like, you know, you recently, well, currently you're working with G4, right? Like, is that like, are you working for them, or how's that work? Like, were you just...
So everything that I do, I'm a freelance content creator. So G4 is kind of like a big chunk of my freelance work, but it doesn't mean that I can't still work with other people. So like, right now I'm doing stuff with G4, but I can also be doing stuff with Gen G and Eternal Return, and I can also be doing stuff with LCS and Grubhub, and I can still be doing like my own personal streams, and I could still do like all of these other different activations and content pieces and collabs if I wanted to.
Sure.
That's just kind of like the freelance life, where sometimes it's really, really great. Where it's like, okay, cool. Like last week where I'm like, okay, I'm going to Boston on, you know, Wednesday through Friday afternoon for PAX in Gen G and Eternal Return. And then I'm immediately going over to Texas Friday night, Saturday, Sunday to cover LCS finals weekend with Grubhub and Riot. So it's like, it's a crazy, and then come home. And then Monday was a full travel day. And then Tuesday was a little bit of Overwatch beta, and then I had another it was the poker event that I did with Alex Botez, and then yesterday was the full day long Overwatch 2 beta bash where I whooped XQC's butt. And then today, yeah, I have like another stream that I'm doing that's kind of like a secret surprise that'll happen at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And then I'm doing the podcast with you. And then maybe tomorrow I can collapse on the ground and die.
Oh, wow. Like you are full on. How much of that time goes into like your personal content creating, like your own personal streams and stuff like that? Because you're obviously doing a lot of these events for other companies and stuff, right?
So I would never consider myself a streamer.
Okay.
That's the one thing. Like, you are a streamer, right? Like, Pokemon's a streamer. All these people are streamers who sit down and their main thing is streaming. They sit down with their communities. They go through everything. They play games and they have fun. I don't do that. I have so much respect for people who are streamers, but I get sometimes I'll get just like built up anxiety when I'm just sitting in front of a computer and also streaming. And if I'm not just like in a trance playing a game with the stream, then I don't enjoy streaming. So like when Animal Crossing New Horizons came out, I sat down at my computer and I waited for it to drop. I immediately downloaded it. And then I played for, I think I streamed. I legitimately streamed for 16 hours straight. And then I took a 3-hour nap, and then I woke up and I did it again. And then I took a nap, I woke up, and I did it again. And I think I did that for like 3 or 4 days straight because I was so excited for Animal Crossing and so excited to just play with it or play through it with my community. And that was one of my favorite streaming moments. But I'm probably not going to do that again in the future unless it's Bayonetta 3. And then in which case we just go all in.
Okay. So how did you get involved with, like, I'd love to hear the Ovilee May story when it comes to like content creator / gamer, right? Like what games, and we'll start out like one step at a time. Okay. Like first of all, like when did you even get into gaming? I'm assuming a young age because you sound pretty passionate about video games. Yeah.
So the first game that I really remember playing was Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda. And that was on my uncle's Nintendo 64. I was probably like only 3 or 4 years old, and I like, you know, as a 3 or 4 year old, you kind of toddle. I toddled into my uncle's room at my grandparents' house because we'd go over there every Sunday for dinner. And I remember flipping on the 64, and he had like Donkey Kong 64, Ocarina of Time, and like a couple of these other games. But for Ocarina of Time, I would sit down. I still couldn't like really read because I was dumb. And I would just run around Kokiri Forest, collect 99 rupees, and then reset the game. Because that's all yeah, and just reset it. Because that's what I thought the game was. I'm like, okay, cool, we just collect rupees and then we're done. And then we move on.
Okay.
Just reset the game. And I think it wasn't until maybe like legit a year or so later that my uncle bought me like the little game guide, sat down with me and is like, okay, let's actually try to progress through the game. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he showed me where I could get the sword, where you go through the little maze. And I'm like,
mind blown.
This game just got interesting. And so fell in love with the Zelda franchise, but also like Donkey Kong 64, know the entire DK rap by heart since I was like 6. I fell in love with, you know, like a lot of Nintendo. I had my Game Boy Color. Pokemon Ruby was the first Pokemon game that I could like process.
Okay.
And then
Pokemon Ruby.
Wow. That was the first game that I could like process, you know?
Hold on. Wait, I'm trying to... How old are you again?
I'm 25.
You're 25. Okay. I'm like,
yeah.
Ruby. There was when you were talking about Game Boy and then Pokemon. Okay. I was thinking Pokemon Red and Blue because that was like the original Pokemon. And I got hooked on Pokemon Red and Blue, and then you come out with Ruby. I'm like, what the fuck is Ruby?
I loved it. Was Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. I think I had access to like Red and Blue and Yellow for the Game Boy Color, but I think I was just still a little bit too young to really understand and process it. Right. So when I got Pokemon Ruby, that was the first game where I was like, cool, I can read. I can, you know, I have like basic critical thinking, so I can put together a team and understand like the type differences. And I can definitely simp for Fire Chicken. Torchic is my favorite starter Pokemon and probably one of my favorite Pokemon ever besides Corsola.
What?
Torchic.
What?
Torchic.
Jeez, I'm like, you make me feel like such a I was obsessed with Pokemon. I was absolutely obsessed with Pokemon, but I was obsessed up until the 151 Pokemon, and then it just got crazy with the 151 plus. So I like these Fire Chicken like, okay, I was like, Charmander, Fire Pokemon, Charmander, and fucking Fire Chicken. What? Oh, by the way, Ovilee, feel free to curse. You know, whatever. This is like free talk.
I've already dropped a couple thoughts. Like, fuck you.
I have no idea. Like, is that a Ruby? That's a Pokemon Ruby thing, I guess.
It was Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. And everyone loved Mudkip. Everyone's like, Mudkip's the best Pokemon. Ash ended up choosing Trico. May chose Torchic. And then I forgot who chose Mudkip in the Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire.
What happened to Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle?
He sends them all to Professor Oak, who's secretly banging his mom.
Oh, you interesting. No,
Professor Oak, Mr. Mime, Ash's mom. It's canon. See what I did there?
Yeah, I see. I see what you did there. Okay, so you're obviously a big Let me ask you this: while we're on the subject of Pokemon,
Piplup. No, it's not Piplup. It's Mudkip. It's not Piplup. What are you? It's literally Torchic, Trico, Mudkip. Who's this Waldo guy?
Well, please, Waldo. His name is
fucking idiot.
Yeah, bro. Yes, thank you. Everybody hates him.
He's a fucking. Why did you mod him?
I felt bad for him. He got bullied. Now he became the bully.
He deserves to be bullied. You know how there are some people in life who deserve to be bullied?
Exactly.
He deserves to be bullied.
You just call him Eugene.
I deserve to be bullied as a child. Let's be honest. I deserved it. I was asking for it.
Were you
talking about fucking anime all day? Yes.
Hold on, time out.
Listen.
I'm sorry. Just before we move on, I just want to say if new viewers are watching this, we're not actually toxic. Waldo is my homie, but that's part of an ongoing joke we have. Ovilee may be, but you know, Waldo's my boy. But we give him shit, and that's the relationship we have. So fuck you, Waldo. Yes. Anyways, I because like people, I've had people actually come at me saying that I'm a piece of shit. Anyways. Okay. You're toxic. Why were you toxic? Tell me about this Ovilee childhood. I love how we're just bouncing around. This is fantastic.
Legends. Are you kidding me? In high school, I played League of Legends, and all I talked about was anime. I deserve to be bullied.
Why do you deserve to be bullied? Because you're talking about anime, you play video games.
I was probably an annoying piece of shit.
Well, did you get bullied?
Oh, of course. But
did you really?
The thing about oh no, it was terrible. But like, so this is the story that I always say. You know how growing up, your parents would always tell you like, oh, don't worry if they're bullying you, like they're just mean people, they're losers, and one day when you grow up, you're going to be the boss of them. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, that doesn't really apply once you hit high school and your bully just got accepted to MIT to find a cure for cancer. So I was getting bullied by the band kids. And here's the thing, like the type of bullying that they did was like pussy bullying, where it wasn't, I wish that one of them just smacked me in the face. Because at least that's something that it's like, okay, cool, they punched me, like it's physical bullying, that's fine. But the verbal and mental bullying, that's rough. Like that just slowly eats away at you. Like going to a marching band field trip and no one wants to sit next to you on the 3-hour bus ride. Like,
no, seriously?
What the fuck are you supposed to do then? Yeah. Or going to the AP English exam and no one wants to sit next to you on the bus ride. It's like, this sucks. If anyone here plays the clarinet, fuck you. That's it. No. Do you play the clarinet?
Me? No. I never played any musical instrument.
I was gonna leave.
How?
Yeah, no. So, yeah, that sucked. High school bullies sucked because it's like, come on, at least say it to my face. Like, grow a pair and say it to my face. Because here's the one thing, I'm really good at conflict. I'm not good with manipulation scheming.
So you're a fighter.
I'm a fighter.
Have you been in a fight before? Like actually?
You know what? I haven't, and that's probably why I think I'm a good fighter.
That's a good point.
I'd get decked.
Okay, it actually blows my mind that you were actually bullied when you're in school. It really does.
How?
Because you're a good speaker. You're an entertaining person. People that are typically, I mean, bullying, you know, like there's a lot of different forms of bullying, and it happens all the time. But I don't know, where I'm from, people that were, you know, good speakers and entertaining and funny typically didn't really get bullied. This
didn't come until after high school. Because,
what is this?
You know, like, look at this. All of this, whatever this happened, because listen, you look at every good comedian and what do they all have in common?
What's that?
Childhood trauma. So listen, basically, we were just building on ourselves at that point. We were just slowly building, right? It's like, okay, cool. So no matter what people say to me in high school, like the one thing that I always looked at when I started working at the LCS for the first time, and there would be, you know, some negative comments or people just being assholes or something, I would always look at the comments and I'm like, nothing you guys say could ever be worse than, you know, the way that I felt in high school from these bullies. Like, I don't care, bring it on. And it helped me grow a thicker skin. It kind of got me through like the toxicity of just, you know, people on the internet, but
Mm-hmm.
for the majority, or for the most part, like the LCS community was very, very nice to me when I started my work. I was still growing. I was still very, very green, but overall they were okay with me. And I was like, let's go.
Okay. All right. When did you get into content creating? And by content creating, I mean anything that's, you know, obviously connected to it with gaming.
I was always a weird kid. And I did like making things.
Uh-huh.
I would do, so some of the first content that I created were like parody songs for like League of Legends and junk like that. But the thing is, I was making parody songs. Shut your face. Shut your face.
I watch it every day, by the way. I watch it every day.
God.
Before I go to bed, when I wake up, every day. Yeah. It's fantastic. We're going to talk about that later, but go ahead. Sorry. I apologize for interrupting. Go ahead.
Oh, no, that's fine. But yeah, I think the first time I published one was in high school.
And in high school? Okay. Publish what? Like a YouTube video? Or
yeah, just a YouTube video.
Okay. What and it was like a parody video type of thing, music video?
Yeah, it was just like music. And then I did one video that really popped off where I did like all the League of Legends dances. Or some of the League of Legends dances. And people watched that and they enjoyed it for some reason. And I was like, okay, I guess maybe I can keep trying to do this.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm very ignorant to the League of Legends space, by the way. So you'll have to forgive me. But are you any good at League of Legends?
I'm okay. I used to be pretty decent, where, you know, the ladder ranking for Iron was introduced. It was bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and then challenger. Or did challenger exist at that time? I don't remember when challenger was implemented. It's been so long now. And basically, I was in plat. Plat 1 was the highest rank that I ever got. I hit my diamond placements like 4 or 5 times. And every single time, it was always like, you have to win 3 of them. And I would always go like 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. And it sucked because it was always some asshole who just wanted to int. So I never had my diamond. Grr.
Oh my gosh.
Like, platinum was pretty decent. Platinum was pretty decent.
Okay.
So I was happy with that. And then I also achieved platinum through jungling and AD carry. So usually when people are like, oh, did you hit plat off of support, you e-girl? I'm like, no, go fuck yourself. I played the shit out of
you e-girl
in Caitlyn. And now I'm an E-woman because I play support because I got annoyed by the jungle changes. So now I play E-woman support. Okay. We play Nautilus and Leona. We go balls to the walls.
Okay. Hold on. Tell me about this whole E-girl thing. As someone that's played competitive League, right? Like, I mean, I'm a guy, so I don't know what it's like to be gaming as a girl.
You don't know what an E-girl is?
No. I know what like an E-girl is, but like, I just want to know what the experience is like. Like, how do you often get shit? Wait, there's no voice comms though, right? People can't actually know that you're a girl in League, right?
There's no voice comms, but in Valorant there's voice comms, Overwatch there's voice comms, and that's why there's a lot of, you know, like these clippable moments where people are just assholes to anyone who comes in with a feminine voice. Do
you have to deal with that shit a lot?
My first experience, well, I'm gonna say this. My first experience with voice comms was when I was 12 years old in Modern Warfare 2 Xbox lobbies. Those lobbies will really thicken your skin.
Okay.
There were a lot of things that I heard, because I was like 11 or 12 years old. There were a lot of things that I heard in those lobbies that I didn't understand.
Oh
and
my
now
God.
I do. But I remember whenever I would speak, and so it was like, oh, do we have a girl in our lobby? And I'd be like, oh, it was just easier for me to say, no, I'm 8 years old and I haven't hit puberty yet. Because it was easier for them to call me a different word than just like, stupid ass, you know, bitch, make me a sandwich type thing. But I honestly just kind of laughed it off. Because I'm like, dude, I'm 12 years old and you guys are like 30. You guys have a job to go to. I'm just going to sit here and my mom's going to make me a grilled cheese sandwich. Like, I think I'm winning in life right now.
Yeah. Okay, hold on, time out. So I want to go back to this whole school thing, right? Well, during the time period of you going to school.
Childhood trauma. You want me to? Okay.
No, not so much this childhood trauma, but like we got past that, right? So you went to school, did we? I don't know. Did we
ever get past the childhood trauma?
Good point. I love how you just have a clever remark for everything. Like, this is why you are a celebrity, which, by the way, a little off topic here, Ovilee. You want to hear a funny story?
Let's hear the funny story.
Who did I tell this to? Did I tell this to Gina? I can't remember. Anyways, so during the G4 event, right? During the G4 event, after I started doing content for Lost Ark, I've been getting more and more IRL friends that I've went to high school with, DM me and message me because, a lot of them like gaming, and they're like, oh my gosh, what the hell? Like, you're a content creator. What the fuck? So, while I was doing the G4 event, I had a really good friend of mine. He's like my real life brother's best friend, and I'm very close with him too. I just haven't seen him in forever. Korean American dude. I won't name his name, but he DMs me. And he's like, dude, what are you, some esports analysis, dude? I'm like, what are you talking about? And then he links me my YouTube thing, and this is literally while we're broadcasting, right? Like during a break or something. And then he's like, yeah, I'm watching the broadcast right now. And then you know what he says? He goes, you're so lucky, man. You get to work with Ovilee. I was like, what do you mean? And then he's like, bro, I simp for Ovilee. I watch her streams all the time. I'm always donating money to her, but she never really notices me. You're so lucky, bro.
That is
yes.
false. That is false.
No, I swear to God.
I call out. Okay. You know what? Then you know what? He's not really that good of a simp. I'm gonna say that. Your friend's name. Insert friend's name here. You're not that good of a simp. I call out every single dono and every single sub, with the exception if I'm like super deep into a game or screaming in a horror game. I'm calling him out. I'm calling him out. Fake simp. Oh
my gosh, you're so upset. We need to get King Bao to join Ovilee's stream, by the way. I think that's what we're gonna need to get. That's what we're gonna need to do.
Is that who it is?
No, King Bao. He's the Giga Chad that just drops thousands of dollars randomly, okay. just randomly. Yeah.
No, I will say this. I will say this, and this is what I tell people on my channel or in my stream. When I make content, because I stream so like few and in between, never feel like you need to drop a sub or drop a dono on my channel or anything. That does not matter to me. Like, what matters to me is you guys coming in, interacting with me, interacting with my community, because that's all I care about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, I am very fortunate enough to have my income covered by the broadcast events that I do and the content things that I do, and then also like whatever sponsorships that I may have. I always am very clear with my community. Do not need to donate. Do not need to sub. Just come here and have a good time. That's all I care about. So King Bao, just keep going over to Gina.
Keep going over to Gina. And for those of you who are watching Ovilee stream, if you are going to do something, throw her your primes. Use Jeff Bezos' monies, right? Yeah, primes are good. If you got a prime, throw Ovilee your prime. Let's go with that. Yeah, that's a good way.
Daddy Bezos.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was, I just thought that was actually hilarious. Like, we are literally in the middle of the broadcast, so I couldn't actually share any of that information with you, but I just thought it was hilarious. Anyways.
I think it would have been funny if you just called him out.
Yeah.
I would have also called him out. Yeah.
You probably would have. Now that I know you a little bit better, you probably would have. What's this guy's name?
Let's do a little check, and we'll see how much they actually sub and how much they actually donate.
It'd be hilarious if you actually did check. And he was like, your top 3. 0. No, like top 3. 0. How often do you stream, by the way, on Twitch?
You know what? Let's check. Let's pull up my channel.
Like, just
let's see.
Roughly, like a couple days a week, something like that, or?
No, not even. So it really just depends on what my schedule is, because sometimes it'll be like, let's see, channel analytics. So in April, I've streamed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. In February and March, I streamed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. And then, well, January to February, I streamed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days.
Wow. Okay.
So a little bit more there. But it's just, if I am swamped with work, I don't have time to sit down and then also just like churn out some streams. So that's basically my streaming stuff. So I try to stream when I can, just so I can interact with my community and everything. But just with my work, it's a little difficult.
Gotcha.
A little bit.
Like your work, obviously, you know, you're traveling quite a bit. My question is, how did you actually get involved with these companies? Did they just see you like do your little skits and stuff on YouTube and then they just reached out? Like how'd that happen? How did you get discovered by the big companies to do what you're doing now?
Kind of. I was always planning on doing production for my life, for, you know, kind of like my work. I knew that I wanted to work within esports, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I realized that I loved making events. So in college, I was working for this place, High School Star League, where we made high school events, collegiate events. We put on like a LAN. We did all of these different things. And I was working as like an event coordinator, a technical director. At one point, I was even helping with like budgets for an event. And one day, we just needed someone to like read raffle tickets on camera and announce players. And no one else wanted to do it. And I was like, okay, fine. I can do it. I will go up on stage and read the names. And it went fine. And I just kept doing it for them. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll try this out. So for the Collegiate League, for TESPA is what it used to be called, that Blizzard was running. Overwatch had just come out. And I was like, I'm going to do this thing called Collegiate Catch Up. I'm going to cover all like the different Overwatch college teams and like how they're doing throughout the bracket. So I made this content piece, and Travis Gafford from Yahoo Esports saw it. And Travis runs, it was basically like that media branch where it was covering esports, and he had people like Emily Rand, Launders, he had Shola, EE was a part of it.
Are you still working with any of these people right now, by the way?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Okay, because I was about to say, like, that's phenomenal memory that you're...
No, I love all these guys. He picked me up for LCS. Riot saw my LCS stuff. Riot picked me up for interviews after Yahoo went down and after I graduated. And then from there, started working with Team Liquid freelance, started working with G2 freelance, and then eventually started working with G4 freelance. And then from there, basically people saw my work and they're like, okay, cool, we want to work with her. And so they basically reach out, and then if it's a fit, it's a fit.
Wow.
It's like the very long-winded way of explaining that.
Sure. Is that pretty much like what Captain Flowers does as well? But like obviously for the role of like shoutcasting and stuff, is he kind of like that? Because I noticed that you guys do a lot of content and stuff together, or events rather, together as well.
Yeah. So he is more on the caster side of things, where I'm probably more as like the host side of things, but similar in concept.
Is that what you like doing? Like being that host for these esports type of things?
Do.
Or okay.
I do, because
you're really good at it, by the way.
Oh,
like you're goated though. Like you're very good at it. By the way,
no, you're nice. I'm weird. I'm shit.
It's really good. Like, you know what's actually funny? I didn't realize who you were until later. Like, even after the event, I followed you on Twitter, and I saw that video clip on your Twitter of you and Mike Shinoda.
Oh,
and
shit.
the thing is, I've seen that clip like before, like back before I even knew who you were. And I remember thinking back then when I was watching it, I was like, this girl. You don't know who Mike Shinoda is? How's this girl? This girl don't know who Mike Shinoda is. Oh my god! And then like you found out, you realized who he was. I'm like, oh my god! Like, and that was you. I saw it posted on your Twitter page. I was like, that was Ovilee.
In my defense, I was
drunk?
Pretty young.
Okay,
no,
young.
No, I wasn't drunk.
You didn't seem drunk, but I don't know. How do you not know who Mike Shinoda is?
I was listening to Linkin Park, because I would listen to Linkin Park when I was playing Soldier Front, which is like a ripoff of CS:GO.
Oh my gosh.
And I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. And I would listen to Numb and like In the End and everything.
Sure. As everyone was, by the way.
Exactly. I never saw the faces. I remember seeing like the Hybrid Theory art, the Breaking the Habit art of the album. But you never see the faces.
You know the name, but not the faces. Yeah. True.
Actually, never knew the name. Fair. I knew Chester, but I never knew Mike Shinoda's name.
You really? You didn't? So wait, really? How did you know it was him? Oh, because he said Linkin Park.
When he said, I'm Mike Shinoda, and I was like, okay. And he's like, okay, I'm in a band called Linkin Park. And I went,
Mike Shinoda is the truth.
And then,
like, come on, he is like the guy. Like him, like, well, at least it was from my perspective. Him and Chester were like the two main standout people, and of the two, I was always more of a fan of Mike Shinoda, especially like you know with and then I don't know if you're familiar with Fort Minor. He did Fort Minor later and made some badass fucking songs. I'm a huge fan. I'm actually pretty jealous you got to meet him, but yeah, I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
Did not know.
Yeah, he's a gamer. He streams on Twitch now.
He is. He plays Valorant.
Yeah, did you ever game with him, or did you like? Are you in touch with him?
Maybe I should hit him up. Maybe I should hit him up and be like, "Hey,
can I do a podcast with him, please? Can you get me in? Can you get me in,
you
please?
Want to do a pod? You hit him up on Twitter. Just hit him up on Twitter, man.
Please, I would love to get him on. Oh my god, I
don't have that type of power.
Oh my gosh. Okay, just I don't think he would check his DM. I mean, can you? Would I even be able to message him? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see
if he followed me after the incident. Nope, did not follow me.
Wow.
I don't have the follow.
Damn. You know, I bet he would have followed you if you knew who he actually was.
If I knew his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that you might be right there. You might be right.
Yeah.
But now I will never forget the face, and I will never forget the name. 100% reason.
Remember the name. Yeah. I hope you did that on purpose. I hope you did that on purpose. Okay. All right. There's that.
How old Mike Shinoda is now? He's 45. Wow, he's 45 now.
Yeah. He looks pretty young too.
He does.
Yeah.
He definitely does. I think it's because he's Hapa, right?
Hapa? What's that?
Hapa, when you're half Asian.
Oh, yeah. I think he's half. Isn't he half Japanese?
I think he's Shinoda.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, Shinoda, yeah, that's a Japanese name, right? But I remember from
father is a Japanese
from a Fort Minor
yeah.
song. Yeah, he had a Fort Minor song about like I think that racial stuff with, you know, being Japanese or something like that with his Anyways, where were we? Okay, so you got okay. So one thing I did want to ask you was like I've talked to Gina. I've been getting to know Gina a little bit better, and she, you know, every time we talk or every time the subject of drinking or partying comes up.
With Gina?
No.
Are you flirting with my?
I'm not flirting with your Gina. I'm being very. What is that face you're making right now? What is that?
Do you want to flirt with Gina?
Why do you keep? Those are like. Are you working on those Asmongold eyebrow movements? Is that what's happening? Oh my gosh.
I mean, listen, I'm just asking. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah. Well, she was telling me how big of a party animal you are. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she was. She was. And that made me very interested in hearing more about party girl Ovilee. You know, always hitting up the K-Town bars, you know, with the soju drinks, ready to go out.
There's a difference between partying and coping. You know?
Okay, partying and coping. Oh, interesting.
Partying and coping, right? Partying, you go like, let's celebrate. Coping is like, maybe if I continue drinking, I won't feel the pain anymore. But no. I do a little bit more of the partying. It's basically just like before the pandemic. The ritual was every single Sunday, because Monday was essentially our Friday. Every single Sunday, me and then some of the Korean LCS players and coaches would all go hit K-Town. And this was the order. Korean barbecue dinner. Okay. With drinks.
Soju?
Karaoke. Soju. Somek.
Soju and beer, by the way. The reason why it's called Somek is so is the first syllable for soju, and mek is the first syllable for mekju, which is beer in Korean.
Yes. Mekju Juseo.
Mekju Juseo, yeah. Wow, your Korean is
I'm
on par.
So good.
Wow, yeah, I'm impressed.
So good.
I didn't know you're half Korean.
I'm not half
I know
Korean.
you're not. I know you're
I
not.
am half Japanese, and there is history.
Oh,
There is history there. Have you explained to your chat the all Asians hate each other?
no, I don't think I have. But in what way?
Historically, all Asians hate each other.
Yeah.
Like if
yeah.
we put all of our grandparents in a room together.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like that's a little bit more unique to China, Japan, and Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like Thailand and...
Oh, yeah.
Like those areas, there's no animosity there.
Well, the big three.
The big three? Why
the big three hate each other.
Why is that the big three? What's wrong with Thailand? What's wrong with Malaysia? Why can't they make
nothing?
The big
I'm
three?
just saying the big three.
Okay.
What? I'm not saying that the others suck. I'm just saying these are the big three.
Okay. All right. True. Okay. All right. I got you. I'm following you. Yeah, they do. Typically Korean and Korea and Japan, a little bit of hate there. But I feel like it's more like China, like the southern parts of China. The northern parts don't really care, I think. But southern parts of China, not a big fan of Japan. Korea, not a big fan of Japan. Historically, because of wars and stuff like that. That is, chat.
So anyways, I go to K-Town and I go karaoke. And then at the end of the night, we get soup. And I never get a hangover. Yep.
Okay. Like Korean soup. Like the hangover soups and stuff. Oh, wow.
It's really good.
And you don't get hangovers just by having that? You're lucky. Oh, my gosh.
So my favorite party time was 2018 Korea in Busan. And I would just wake up on the beach at 7 a.m. And it was safe. No one kidnapped or killed me. And usually there would be other people on the beach with me, just like, 100 feet out that way. Passed out on the beach. And then we would wake up, dust the sand off, and then walk over to the soup place, have our nice little morning breakfast, and then go to work.
And go to work. So you'd stay up all night.
Yeah, so this was the schedule for Worlds. The games didn't start until like 5 or 6 p.m.
Oh, okay.
And so they went until midnight. So basically we were getting out of work at like midnight or 1, and then we'd all go get dinner, party till 7 a.m., and then we'd
like at a private residence? Don't places close early? And wait, where is this again?
Everything was open.
Oh,
like
Busan. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Busan.
yeah.
Right. Okay, party till 7, and then have your soup. And then sleep a little bit before you go to work, or sleep at work?
A little bit. Yeah, so it'd be like, if we stopped, if maybe we stopped at like, let's be conservative and say, okay, we stopped at like 4 or 5 a.m.
Right.
Go to the hotel, sleep until like 2, and then get up and go to work at 5.
Okay, that works. Well, what was it like partying in Korea versus LA?
Oh my God, I loved it. Oh my God, it's so much more fun to party in Korea because I feel like in LA, you take a turn down a wrong street and you're going to get stabbed.
True.
But Busan and Gwangju, that place, Gwangju, are you aware of it?
China?
Are you familiar?
China?
Gwangju?
Okay.
This guy. It just felt a lot safer.
Okay.
Whereas, like, as a
it is
skinny woman with absolutely zero strength, spaghetti noodle arms, I felt like I could just very confidently walk back from the bar to my hotel.
Yeah, it is very safe in Korea. It is absolutely safe. So you never got to actually party in Seoul, though?
I did party in Seoul. I went to
did you?
Thursday party, the white people bar.
Thursday party. Oh my God. Which Thursday party? Don't tell me Itaewon of all places.
I'm not sure. I don't think it was
Okay.
Where was it?
Hongdae,
it was next to an arcade.
Gangnam. Next to an arcade. That narrows it down to, again, Itaewon, Hongdae, Gangnam.
So it was Itaewon?
Maybe. If I had to guess, I'd probably say Itaewon or Hongdae. But were there a lot of foreigners there, like in that area? Because
okay. It was the white people bar.
Okay, then they were definitely Itaewon. Itaewon is like where all the foreigners go to party. I mean, a lot of Koreans obviously go too, but that's kind of like the foreigner town.
What was interesting in Korea was that a lot of my just like very foreigner looking friends, cabs would always pass them up. they would always pass them up. But if I covered my face with my hair a little bit, so you just see like long dark
black,
brown,
yeah.
blackish looking hair, they would think I was Korean, so they'd pull over.
Interesting.
So I would get in the car and I'd get the cab. I would basically like have everyone hide in the bushes, get the cab, open up the door, and be like, "Come on, guys!" And then all the like white people jump out and they get in the car, and we're like, "Surprise!
Surprise!
Take us to this hotel."
Foreigners.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't think it's that bad though. I mean, it doesn't really matter now. So everybody.
It was kind of bad.
Yeah.
It was kind of bad. That was our experience.
Okay.
2018.
Okay.
Could be better now,
fair.
but like that was.
Yeah. Well, now they just
it's
like
experience.
It's just like the Uber thing now. Everyone just calls. Here in Korea, it's like Kakao Taxi, so everyone just calls that, which is essentially just like Uber.
Yeah. We tried that, but it wouldn't work on some of our phones. Like for my phone, it wouldn't work. So I would just wave on the street.
What?
Do we still want to talk about Korea?
Sure.
Let's talk about business proposal. Where is my Kong Tae-mo?
Have
you seen this? Have you seen Business Proposal on Netflix? It's a K-drama.
Oh no. No. I have not. Why?
I need to meet my Korean CEO husband who's just going to like hate me at first and then love me.
And then fall in love with you?
And then fall in love with me. I need the enemies to lovers trope.
Oh wow. That's the arc that you're going for.
That's the arc. That's why every single person I'm just a dick to.
Wow.
I'm trying to start something.
Hold on. Show me who this person is. Do you have a person? Is this a...
Yeah, okay.
What's his name? I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm going to pull it up right now.
Okay,
what's his name?
Business Proposal. So wait, I actually like the secondary guy.
The secondary.
Like
can you give me a name?
The side character. Yeah, one sec here. I'm linking you the Wikipedia page.
Okay.
I don't know his name.
Okay, I'm going to pull this up here. All
Kim Min Kyu?
Hold on. Kim Min-gyu? Okay.
I think so.
All right, so...
He has glasses on. Oh, no, you know who my all-time favorite
this guy?
Korean crush is?
Who?
Yeah, he's cute. He's cute. My all-time favorite is, let me make sure that I'm going to say this right. Yeah. Lee Byung-hun.
Lee Byung-hun?
Yeah.
The action guy that's in...
He is my favorite, like, been in love since I saw him in, like, G.I. Joe.
And he's a badass. He's a certified fucking badass.
So you watch Squid Game, yeah?
I have.
Okay. So I was sitting by myself because I'm a loser, right? Just watching this.
Uh-huh.
And when they get to the mask scene, I screamed and was just like, there were tears because it was unexpected. So I was screaming, I was tearing up, panties soaked. Like it was the best reveal ever.
Hold on. I don't want to give this. It's old. You guys probably should have seen it already. Squid Game. And if you haven't,
it's literally been out for a year.
Yeah, and if you haven't, fast forward the next 30 seconds. But yeah, Lee Byung-hun is the guy that ends up coming out. Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like he's gonna have a much bigger part in the second season, right? I
mean, that's who knows though, right?
Yeah.
Like, who knows?
I actually met him in person at a movie theater.
How?
Yeah. So Korea's really small, and obviously, there's, last time I checked, 50 million people that live in Korea, and of 50 million, I think there's almost 10 million that live in Seoul, right? So everyone fucking lives in Seoul, and Busan, and but mainly Seoul. And I went to this movie. I went to one of his movies, by the way. It's a badass fucking movie. Anyways, my brother and I go and watch the movie. And him and the director and the female lead come walking out just randomly, and everyone's kind of going crazy in the room. Like they turn the lights on, like before the movie started. He comes out, they come out, and then they just bow, and they're saying, "I really hope you guys really enjoy the movie." And then one of the things that he said specifically when he had a chance to speak was, he said that in this movie, when everything's said and done, there is a scene at the very end of the movie where there's no dialogue, but it's it's the scene right before the credits, and he was saying that he would appreciate it if if we would just watch through that scene and really pay attention to it, despite there not being no dialogue, and that being kind of like the closure of it, because he was saying that he really made a conscious effort to do something, like just to be a fucking Chad of an actor in that scene, because it was like very emotional. Like the main character at that point went through a lot of emotional fucking shit, and it just and you kind of see that emotion in his face, and it kind of fades to black into the cast into the credit scene there. But that's what he was talking about. And then as he was walking out, at this point, this movie actually came out after he did G.I. Joe, so he definitely spoke a little English. As he was leaving, my brother was like, my brother was like, "Yo, you the man!" Just in English, and of course, like it's in English in Korea, right? So like it stood out, and he just kind of perked up and was like, "Oh!" He just like walked out of the theater. It was pretty funny.
I would have screamed. I would have been, "I love you!"
He's a badass. He's got that Denzel Washington effect, by the way. What I mean by that is the Denzel Washington effect, meaning where even guys that have wives, they say, "Oh, if my wife cheated on me with him, it's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. It's him." Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. He gets the pass. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's your ultimate husbando, huh? Interesting.
I think he's like a little bit older now, though, right?
He's really old.
He's 51.
Yeah. Oh, he's 51.
51. Yeah. You know what? That's okay.
Asian men age well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Someone's getting excited. Any plans on coming back to Korea to chase him down? I mean, he is married, but
I mean, MSI is going to be in Busan this month in May. But I don't think I'm not heading out there.
You should come. You should come to Korea. I think you'd have a great time here. You should come with Gina.
I should come with Gina?
Yeah, you should. That would be great.
That would definitely be. Basically, it needs to be like an Asia tour. Me and Gina hit Japan, China, Korea, and then like Vietnam. That's what we would have to do.
What about? Wait, did you say Thailand in there?
I did not say Thailand. Why do you want me to go to Thailand?
Thailand is I lived in Thailand for a year. A lot of people in the West don't realize how amazing Thailand is. I literally went after living there for a year. I went back to Thailand every year at least one time for vacation. That's how much I loved it.
Okay.
It's so good.
Okay, my gardener came an hour early, so I need to. Okay, wait. Wait 1 second.
Okay, you do you. Thrash? Is her gardener's name Thrash? What is it? It's her dog. Okay. I was like, what? Hey, if you need to,
I needed to make sure that Thresh did not.
Okay.
Thresh, I know you can't.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
I love dogs.
Hi, big. Come on. Come on, Dumpling. Yeah. Yes, Dumpling. He's good boy. He's good boy. Do you want a sock?
Do you want a sock?
Okay, he took the sock.
Oh, he likes the sock. Oh, he's happy.
He is. He loves his sock. Is this gonna come out again? I think it might.
If you need to care to your gardener, go for it.
Oh no, I just had to make sure that the doggy door was shut so he didn't, run out, go tearing after. I'm here until my food gets here. I will have you know.
When is your food getting here?
Let's see. 10 minutes.
Oh, in 10 minutes. Okay, we got you for another 10 minutes. Fantastic.
You got me for another 10.
Okay, well, we better... Okay, hold. Now you got me nervous. Now you got me nervous. I'm trying to... I felt like there's so many things I wanted to talk to you about. Now I'm like, I don't know what to talk about anymore.
That's what happens with podcasts, man. That's what happens with podcasts.
Oh my gosh, you got me nervous. Okay, hold on. Time out. So... Okay, I did want to continue on this point when we were talking about drinking and all that stuff before we got into this whole thing. Okay. Yeah. what would you, because I've already been told from your peers this answer from their perspective, but from your perspective, I would love to hear what you think. What kind of drunk are you?
Invincible.
What? Who says that? What do you mean invincible?
I'm invincible. I can do anything.
What? That's...
I can do anything. You know how some people are like a happy drunk, sad drunk, an aggressive drunk?
Yeah.
I'm invincible.
You literally just become Superman. And
I can do anything.
Okay, can you elaborate a little bit here?
If I tell my friend that I can jump 5 feet in the air, I'm going to do anything to jump 5 feet in the air, even if it's jumping off of a 10-foot fence. You know, because then technically I'm still 5 feet in the air.
Yeah.
I kicked flowers in the head one day by accident.
Why did you kick him in the head?
So you know kabedon? In anime, kabedon is when, you know, someone's like, their back is to a wall and then you put your hand
yes,
like next to them.
Yes.
So I was like, I can do that with my foot. And he's like, no, you can't. I was like, I can do that with my foot. And I kick my foot up. And I get it up there, but I also kick him in the head with it. And then Reaper was filming the whole thing. And so he started crying, laughing. Flowers got kicked in the head. I fall over. It was great. But I'm invincible. Gosh. Why? What did Gina say? What did she say what kind of drunk I was?
You're a very loving drunk.
Loving?
Yeah, like loving as in like, you're like, oh, I love you. You know, I love you, Gina. I love you. You know, just like a nice, happy, like a happy slash... Nice, you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's
like,
also invincible.
Yeah. Well, she didn't mention the invincible part, but that's.
I'm invincible.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel that way when they get drunk. By the way.
I mean, it's just the truth. I can do anything and everything.
Wow, interesting. Can you speak Korean when you get drunk?
Totally.
Oh wow.
Chogyo. Samgyeopsal 주세요.
She's asking for Korean pork, by the way, chat, if you're wondering.
And then when I pick up a phone is 여보세요?
Yo, it's a Y.
여보세요?
There you go.
네?
It's ne with an N, not a de.
네?
There you go. Oh my gosh. So, all right.
Most of that from Business Proposal.
Korea, exactly. So you definitely got the K-pop culture going. You've told us about your ideal type. Have you dated a Korean before?
Well, I don't know if you would call that dating so much as it was a crime. No, I don't think so.
Really? Okay.
No.
Would you like to?
Listen, I'm not encroaching on Gina's properties.
No, I'm not talking about myself. Jesus Christ. And hold on, time out. This is one of my Gina's property. Hold on, time out. One of my Gina's property. No, like what? Oh my gosh, like Jesus,
okay.
I can't.
I mean, I'm not against it. I'm not out here going like no Koreans allowed.
No, just no. The only reason why I'm saying that is because you know you told us your ideal husbando. You told us 2 of your ideal types, both who happen to be Korean. When did I tell you my ideal husbando? Wait, it was Lee Byung-hun. It was that Lee Byung-hun guy, right?
Oh
yeah. And then the guy you really liked, the other guy in the Business Proposal as well. And then you're talking about Business Proposal K-drama. So it sounds like to me you got a little bit of a K-fever thing going on, you know? So that's why I asked.
Honestly, my last 2 boyfriends were both Hapa. And they were both Chinese.
Oh.
So look at me.
Oh,
diversity.
Wow. Half Chinese. So half Chinese. I've never actually heard that term before.
You diversifying?
Hapa?
I had, let's see, my high school boyfriends.
High
school boyfriends. Full Chinese, Hispanic, and then white, and then Jewish, and then full Chinese. Oh wow, there's a lot of Chinese.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah, and then half Chinese, half Chinese.
Did you learn any Chinese? Dating the Chinese?
None.
Oh no.
They didn't speak.
Oh.
One spoke Shanghainese, but they never used it in front of me.
What's Shanghainese?
Shanghainese. I'm sorry, are you gatekeeping languages?
Oh my gosh. Shanghainese. Interesting. I don't know which Mandarin dialect is that. I mean, I kind of get maybe what you mean if you're being half serious, because within the cities they do kind of speak a little bit different.
Well, he said it was Shanghainese, and then like he was like, "Oh, people speak Canto," like, "Oh," and I was like, "What's wrong with speaking Canto?"
Oh, that's kind of taboo in mainland China. Yeah, Cantonese. Yeah, it's more like Hong Kong side. But it's kind of close. Shanghai is pretty close to that area, so it would make sense.
I know that. Yeah. I mean, like everyone has like their own bits and pieces. Like I know Japan, they're like, "Oh, you have an Okinawan accent," like, ooh. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Are you dating anyone now? Am I allowed to ask that?
I mean, you just asked it, and if you look at all of my social media and my empty bed with 2 body pillows, then I feel like that should answer your question.
Why? Like, why is it like? I feel like every content creator is single. Do you think it's because because of the schedule and all that stuff?
No, we're batshit.
Oh, it's because we're crazy. Okay.
We're fucking crazy.
Interesting. Okay.
I have a dog.
What's wrong with that? I want a dog.
I'm a mom.
Well, listen, I think. I know your food's coming in pretty soon, but I do want to say this. If you are looking for a Korean husbando, I might be able to help. But you have to understand that the best way for us to find you that Korean husbando, Ovilee, is by showing them the liquid video, the Team Liquid video. We should really, because any Korean man that watches that, in fact, I bet you could probably get Lee Byung-on by showing him that video. I think you probably should. Yeah,
I would do that. Yeah. I would do that. Do that in a heartbeat.
What was going on with that scene? Were you like? I'm assuming that a bra and whatever was worn, and then they just censored it out to make it look like.
We were just letting everything breathe.
Yeah, full natural.
All natural, because that's honestly where the art comes out.
By the way, I don't know who that other guy was in the video. I think he's the black guy. Raz. Phenomenal in that video, by the way. Like his facial expressions. Good. The music is copyrighted, so I'm not gonna play this. I'm not gonna play it with the music, but I'm just gonna pull it up here so people know what we're referring to. But without the sound, I would I'll link it in the description if you're watching this on YouTube, but I would watch it with the sound because it's fantastic. And by the way, what is up with Captain Flowers literally being god tier at everything he does? When I saw him come in and rap, like what the fuck was that? Like, how is he so good at everything he does?
I don't know, and I just try to like steal some of his greatness from time to time, but I just can't. It's just locked up in there. He is just way too good at everything that he does.
He really is. He really is.
As a friend, it's sometimes frustrating where I'm like, can you just suck at something? Can you just suck at something, please? But no, he's good at everything that he does.
Is he really good at League too? Like as a gamer?
He's good at League too.
Oh, really? What's his rating?
He topped out at Diamond.
Topped down? Okay.
Players.
All right. You're really good in this, by the way. I'm playing it right now.
Thank you.
The chats. You're really good in this.
Yeah. The only bummer that we had was that this awkward like me walking forward thing. We were supposed to have 2 champions.
This is the scene.
Have 2 champions walking forward with me. Yeah.
I love this scene. This is a fantastic.
I choreographed that in 5 minutes. Where it's like, okay, we have to do this dance number. I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to choreograph something. So I was like, all right, let's do it.
Oh my gosh, it's so like when I saw that, I literally saw that day after our broadcast, and I was like, I was watching it on my stream. Someone sent it to me, and that's when I sent you that's when I sent you that DM on Discord. I was like, I'm sending her a DM, so I was sending it over the stream, and you're like, oh my god, no. But then I didn't know what to expect because I think you were actually going out to drink that day. After I think that was right after. Yeah.
There were many days. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and then that's Carlos, owner of G2, that we got to like film a video because like the joke is like I always clap at him and G2, so we always allow them to clap back.
Oh,
because
okay.
it's not
Gotcha.
so
Yeah.
because that way, like, you know, both audiences get to feel involved and it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
just feel like I'm shitting on them
Sure.
mercilessly, because the joke is kind of that I the underlying story is that NA sucks at every single international event. So
Mm.
I come in with just all of this completely unsupported hype
Mm.
and trash talk that I
Really?
have absolutely no backing for, but we do it anyway.
I love it. I love it. It just make. I love that. I love that. And so, hold on. NA just sucks ass at League in international games. Do they really?
They
Fuck.
suck.
Damn. That's too bad. I
They
thought
really
NA. Why? All the good gamers playing
No.
fucking Counter Strike or some shit streaming. That's what they're
Yes.
probably doing. They realize they can make
They
more
can
money
make more
streaming.
money. Yep.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, this is a great video. Wait, who did you say this Raz guy was again? Who is he? Is he also a
He's
player
another
or?
caster.
Oh, he's a caster. Okay,
He's another caster, yeah.
gotcha. Okay, so speaking of casting and stuff, so the Lost Ark community had a great time with the whole G4 production.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Like it was fantastic. It was like, you know, everyone was saying good things about not only you and Flowers, but also G4 and the production and everything. Everyone had a fantastic time. So with that said, is there like, I mean, like, what did you think? Like, what's kind of like the G4 behind the scenes talk with how you guys felt about it? Honestly. Yeah.
Honestly, I'll give you the TLDR with it.
Okay.
That was a project, as you know, that I had been working on for months. Because I kept hitting you up.
True.
I'm like, hey, we're going to try to do it on this day. Then it got pushed. I'm like, okay, sorry, it's this day. And then it got pushed again. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, it's on this day for sure. And I was playing a lot of Lost Ark, and I saw a lot of friends playing Lost Ark, and I know that people were interested in the PvP aspect. So I was like, I want to be the first. Like, I want to be the first to really do this in like a grand scale way to celebrate the, you know, Lost Ark coming over to the Western side of the world, as well as all these people who now want to potentially try to make an esport out of it. So I'm like, let's try to make a way that influencers can be invited, as well as actual top rated players, so that everyone can get a little bit of a piece of the pie. Then I'm like, okay, I also want endemic people in there. So I'm like, you were the first person that me and my buddy Wanjun had hit up, because we're like, hey, you know your shit. You are also, you know, very eloquent in your way of speaking, but also very fun. Are you cool with casting? Because we'd love to have you on board. And honestly, without you and Flowers, I don't think that event would have worked. Because then it would have just been me going, the Berserker, oh, Berserker died. Dead Berserker. Oh, no.
Flowers definitely carried that. He was unbelievable.
Good.
So good.
He was definitely good.
If I may, Ovilee, like,
yes.
if you're in charge of making events like that, or not in charge, but are able to make events like that, I would love to make a suggestion. I would.
All right. Okay, let's hear the suggestion.
I think if you and G4 or whoever, probably G4, got together and did another event for Lost Ark, but this one I could guarantee you would be bigger than the one before.
Bigger.
Yes, absolutely. If you got Amazon to be involved and allowed, not allowed, but put together a PvE competitive tournament, where you put together like a balance, because they do have like balanced raids here in Lost Ark with world first and stuff like that, like a hell mode. If you put together like an event where it was like, you know, like the mythic races and stuff like that for WoW, if you did that for Lost Ark, I promise you, not only would you get the attention of the Western audience, but also the KR audience, because that hasn't even been done in KR. And I guarantee, especially if you have, you know, bigger content creators that are involved, they would, even the Korean audience would absolutely watch it, because I mean, who wouldn't watch? Like, that's super. The game is known to be a PvE game, and it requires a lot of skill to be PvE, and it could be anything. It could just be like a hell mode, you know, Guardian raid, or it could be a legit actual raid, you know, whatever it may, or Legion raid, whatever it may be. But if you did that for Lost Ark, I guarantee you the numbers would be staggering, way bigger than the PvP scene.
So I'm interested in that because the funny thing about putting together the Lost Ark tournament was that it meant that I stopped playing Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Because all of my time went into, okay, how do we make this event rather than, okay, how do I, start getting to the end game content?
Right.
So I mean, that does sound interesting. I could be down. The only reason why I'm not just going like, yes, let's do it, is because I myself, because I have not played that content,
right,
don't know. I'm not familiar with it. But that's when,
right.
Speaking with endemic voices like you makes
it's yeah, you should. Let's talk. Yeah, I think we'll continue that talk because I think that would be. I don't think okay. I'll leave it. We'll leave it at that. But let me just say one more thing. On top of the fact that this is a PvE game, and I'm pretty sure you would get even the Korean audience, because none of the Korean audience was obviously watching the NA PvP scene, right? Not only would you get them, but like it's just really entertaining. Like if you watch, I would actually encourage you to watch some PvE raids that's on YouTube, and even someone that has no idea what they're, it's like kind of like the PvP in the sense where like even if you don't know it, it's still fun to watch. It's easy to follow along with, versus like a game like WoW. Like when I was watching WoW, whether it's Mythic or whether it was a PvP, I didn't know what the hell was happening. Like it's just like lights and numbers. Versus Lost Ark, the PvE is very, like you will literally see this guy the boss do a big animation and it just knocks, let's just say Asmongold off the platform, and he goes flying and he instantly dies. It's really entertaining. Yeah. Anyways, I'll leave that there.
All right. We'll leave it with that then.
Yeah.
We'll leave it with that. And I do believe that my food has just arrived.
Perfect timing, Ovilee. Perfect timing. Listen, thank you so much for joining me on this podcast, because I know you are super, super busy and you literally just came back home. Thank you so much for getting up in the morning and doing this for me.
Always. Thanks again for casting our event and bringing so much fun, knowledge, and light to it. And hey, who knows? Maybe we got our fingers crossed for a future thing.
Yes, I'm gonna bug you about it. I really am gonna bug you about it.
Bug me about it.
I will. All right, Ovilee. Guys, please check out Ovilee's socials. All of her links, her Twitter, her Twitch, and YouTube. Everything will be linked in the description below. Please show her some love. She is obviously like Giga Chad, like just the ultimate Giga Chad girl. I don't even know how to describe you. It's like you're not even like specifically known for like a certain particular game or skill set. You're just the fucking online Giga Chad. Like that's what Giga Chadette. Excuse me. Like you're just amazing, and I am very, very grateful to have you on the show. And hopefully we can do it again sometime.
Of course, anytime.
All right, Ovilee. See ya.
Bye, friends.